It's time for the chaos. It's time for the chaotic dude to go ahead. I'm thinking of just changing my name from Bugsy No Name to Bugsy the Chaotic Dude, but I don't think it'd go over well. When I think about it, Bugsy No Name is more identifiable. It's snappy, you know what I mean? But anyways, so we're going to look at Mr. Enter's last journal entry. Let me just sit back, and I'm about to I'm about to do something that I haven't done in a very long time. So buckle up, kids. We about to have so buckle. I should say buckle up, kids and adults. I don't want people to think I'm a weird peed or something. God damn! I can't even make a little. I can't even make little kid remarks without like someone branding you a pedo. It's kind of dumb. Oh yeah, I heard Tom Turkey called um called Digi Pedo or something. I don't know what happened. Vic told me that. I was like, why? Either way. Either way, let us begin. Let us begin, everybody. And yes, to me, you are all children to me because you guys, for one, act like it. But let me just. Pardon. Okay, let me just read this. Pardon me. I want to get some things off of my chest. In my last journey, journal entry, I said one of these days I'd just not care anymore. And
Anymore. Would you like me to read, honey?
oh yeah, go right ahead, hun. Besides, I need to clean my
I don't
glasses
think,
anyway.
okay. I don't think that today is that day, but I feel that I'm more apt to just speaking from the heart about some of the things that piss me off and what I've been keeping bottled up. It might be petty here and again. I don't know. I don't really care. Let's start with something fun, I guess. The comments that tell me, or anyone really, to kill themselves or seem excited that someone is going to, I don't get this. What do you get out of it? Here's a better question. What if someone does kill themselves because of your comment? Let me guess. It wasn't your fault. You had nothing to do with it. You're just going to tell someone else you don't like to kill themselves. I get it, they're just trolls. But I'm sick and I'm tired of this shit. You know what's driving me over the line here? People that I know are getting shit on just because they know me. Hi Guy Rules was harassed over his video on my Indiegogo because he didn't crucify me. He didn't say that it was good or that it had a chance of succeeding. He had a lot of criticism about it, but he wasn't harsh enough. People doxed my editor just because he was my editor. That's a lot of shit, man.
And
I had to.
all I gotta say is one again, guys. What is the deal with What is the deal with Mr. Enter that just you guys just find so fucking attractive? And I mean, attractive in a way where you guys just like gonna go fuck with them, gonna go dox them. Swear, you guys have too much free time.
People will attack anyone, honey.
Yeah, I
That's the
know. Yep,
problem.
I know. But they have way too much free time in their hands if they doxing people.
Here's my problem. Mr. Enter does need to learn how to have a. Hang on, are you making a video?
Yep, this is what this is.
Okay, Mr. Enter does need to learn how to have a sense of humor. That's my only criticism of him. And his Indiegogo does seem to have a few issues. So, again, I haven't listened long enough to
And
have
Indiegogo
too
wasn't
many.
really to me. His Indiegogo wasn't good. I'm not gonna sit here and say how bad it was and how this and that
Oh, yeah, that
because
it wasn't
you
good.
animals who want people to just bitch and moan about it, even though we don't. just so you can get a reaction. You're not gonna get it from me. I don't really. I didn't give a fuck when it was made, and I don't give a fuck now. See, that's the thing. Y'all motherfuckers say you don't care. Some of you trolls act like you don't care, but you care enough to dox a motherfucker. See, when you don't give a fuck, things just don't bug you as much.
Nothing happens.
I'm telling you, some of you guys, and I know I'm gonna use a little bit of the old Homestuck mythology with this one, but say if you guys were all trolls and you hate Mr. Enter this much, you know what you'd be. Y'all motherfuckers would want to hate fuck him. I'm just saying, like the amount of everybody who has this just hatred and venom towards Mr. Ender is just, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
let's
amazing. It's
we'll
amazing to
basically
me.
go over what he says in the next
I know,
paragraph,
I
but
know, but I want to finish up with this and then you can get
okay.
to it. It's just amazing to me because, dudes, we all got better stuff to do than worry about one man who has the sense of humor of a dish rag. And
You know
sorry,
what that
Mr. And sorry, Mr. Andrew, you do have the sense of humor of a dish rag. Just saying.
yeah, he does. I don't laugh at all at anything he says. You've got to have a little humor in order to keep your audience entertained. But Mr. Enter has a very hard time keeping anything funny.
I mean,
And I
look at me
like
for
you
a second.
say, but it's an acquired taste.
Look at
But
me for
yeah,
look at me for a second, guys. My humor is referential, wacky, and a little bit on the insane side. But
I'd
you know,
say Mr. Enter is more on the super drama side. Like, I've seen some of his stuff. He has a tendency to be
over
dramatic, extremely Shakespearean dramatic, in my opinion. And I like that.
where
It gets
where have you
the
seen that?
audience.
What this fuck?
Okay, maybe not Shakespearean,
I'm
but
about to say. I'm
definitely
about to
has
say.
some
Does he do?
dramatic.
I'm about to say. Does he do a whole scene from King Lear? And where is that? And why did I miss it?
I'm just saying I like his work, but he does go a bit too heavy on it. That
As
maybe at times
you know
seem
what
a little
really bit you in the ass, Mister
bit.
Enter. You want to know what really bit you in the ass? The whole of the time you go after Family Guy and just get increasingly angry. I mean, there was a point where you just kept talking about Family Guy way too much and just. I mean, I don't think you take. I mean, you take cartoons seriously, and most reviewers do, and I don't have a problem with that. But like Family Guy, it's what did Seth MacFarlane fuck your mom or something? Just
Honey, let's get to that, honey.
I'm just saying.
I'll actually skip the paragraph, which we basically discuss.
All right.
Okay, you take cartoons too seriously. I get this one a lot. So, a cartoon reviewer takes cartoons too seriously in videos talking about cartoons, when most of his audience only cares about what he has to say about cartoons. That person takes cartoons too seriously, putting way too seriously and too many lines there, Mr. Enter. Sorry, had to point that out.
And
Maybe he should start making some videos about interpretive dance. That seems like a perfect idea once we're really missing the ballpark here. It's not that we don't like that you're taking videos too seriously. I think what we're needing is that you should throw a little humor in,
I just ease or
entertain
just
your audience.
ease up a little bit, man. You go straight hard on every fucking cartoon. And trust me,
What's
we and
funny
trust
about
me,
watching it? What's so
and trust me,
actually here?
I go hard on mostly anything I do. And
Yeah, but I think
some
he
people do
provides.
criticize, and some people do criticize you a little too much about taking cartoons seriously, like Easy Peasy, which is a guy who looks at other people's work and be like, "You do this too seriously." And, with him, oh, don't you worry, I got a video on him, but not now, not now.
Honey, let me say something.
It's in the works.
Mr. Enter needs to understand that what he's providing is entertainment. The criticism is not that he takes things too seriously, it's that he's providing entertainment. And because he approaches this thing too seriously, he drives away an audience that honestly wants to watch him for his, again, not for, we get it, he's serious and he does things a little too seriously. But because of how dramatic he does things, people wind up getting turned off because he winds up coming across as too boring. It's like that guy who does monologues all day, and
Yeah,
you
but
kind of
he
get
does.
turned
Yeah, but
off.
have you
Or
seen
like
him?
what you said, honey, like
Yes.
what you said about him ranting too hard about, again, uh, Family Guy. He
Mm-hmm.
kept ranting on and on about it. There was no stopping on that. Like, you need humor, you need other material, you need something to entertain your audience and keep them focused on you, to help them stay on you,
And yeah,
on your video,
and yeah, we're
focus on you, to
and,
keep the money coming in. You know what I mean?
and Mr.
And here's
And Miss,
that's why I don't like the Indiegogo
I
with
know,
him.
but I want to say one thing. And Mr. Enter, I know we're all gonna always get flack for talking about SpongeBob because to a lot of people, SpongeBob is for kids. But for some of us when we were starting out, SpongeBob used to be what we used to like. You know, and yeah, SpongeBob is so overused by a lot of us and a lot of people. But hey, we have a connection with SpongeBob like anybody else, and we're able to talk about it. So people, if you're gonna bitch about people talking about SpongeBob, why are you even on videos where people talking about SpongeBob if you know you're just gonna get angry at it? You just wanna pit. You just wanna be like, ooh, why is this guy doing this? And, for a while I've thought about this. I feel like the people who bitch about the other people who review SpongeBob, I think at some level, some of you are either jealous or just you're just mad that you didn't do it.
To continue on reading this, he
Yep.
says, I'm sure this would benefit everything involved. I agree that I used to take them too seriously when I was insulting people over writing bad episodes.
Oh yeah,
Still need to.
yeah, you did some horrible. Yeah, we ain't even gonna lie. When you were attacking those writers, it was bad. See, now, the difference with me is I only attack people for the content. I mean, I only attack the content of a person's work, not the person themselves. Because there's a lot of factors when writing an episode for TV. I mean, I don't like the Teen Wolf Titans Go writers because they showed me because I've seen how incompetent they are. But I ain't gonna wish death on them or say any bad things about their families or anything. I just feel like what they write is complete trash, and I could write better comedy in my sleep. But
Here's something he does point out, though. What I do now is put aside a bunch of time to watch through them, put together a script to articulate my points, and try to make it entertaining. Yeah, but
you still
do you
did.
ever try to outsource your mediums to try and see if other people enjoy them? Because if you keep getting the comment, you take it too seriously, and among other things.
Mhm.
Now, don't get me wrong, you have a good fan base, but it's always good to spice things up every now and then. Now, whether or not our comments are warranted is up for you to debate. It's just food for thought. Because I will admit, while you are worth watching every now and then, I'm only saying this because, again, you're worth watching, but yes, I do like watching my cartoon reviewer with a touch of humor.
Yeah,
But
like
I will admit, the drama does tend to.
yeah, because I don't know. I think it's because as we get older, we see drama shit all over the place. You know, it's to the point where I'm just like I don't
And
even.
not drama, then you drag your drama, your real life drama into it. I meant the drama is in, yeah, the background drama, like with your other characters, the melodrama.
That.
Yep, that kind
Yeah,
of
I don't think
gets
he does that
dragged
anymore.
to the ground to me.
Oh, I don't think he
It's
does
kind of
that in
like
his stuff anymore.
I kind of feel like I want to get off the ride immediately with those.
He doesn't do that stuff anymore. Like Digby, like pointed out, like, "Oh, I see you do melodrama." I'm like, dude, those were like older videos from like a few years ago. It's done. He doesn't even do storylines. I think he was planning to do
Okay,
one, and then it just never materialized because he probably just saw everybody else doing storylines and he wanted to do something different.
he does state that he puts a lot of time into it, and that maybe because it's his job now, maybe it's something called passion, maybe foreign to a disinfected who does take
Oh,
laughing at some people. He
okay.
was when Al takes his music too seriously. I'm like, I wonder if George Carlin took comedy too seriously. I know I'm not as
I
talented in cartooning as either of them in their respective field, but if taking something too seriously in and of itself is a problem, then you need to have a problem with anyone over. Okay, hold
dude, I have
on.
a problem with that, honey. You probably know.
Oh,
You
ha
pro-
ha 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 ha. You have an ego.
Mr.
Someone's got an ego.
Mr. Enter, and I've always known you had a fucking ego. See, I gave up on my ego a long time ago. People always say like, "What do you mean by that?" I fucking threw it away because it didn't benefit me in the
Oh,
slightest.
comedy is fucking made
And let me and
at
and
best
dude,
play.
Mr. Enter, let me just say something to you. You again, like I said before, you had the comedy intake of a fucking dish sponge, man. Like no one's able, like comedy is derived from pain. I know those Squidward torture porns you hate. Don't some people find that shit funny because Squidward sometimes is a dick to people. That's the like, and because Squidward's a dick, that's karma kicking his ass and every other thing. But you hate it when a character gets a little bit of comeuppance when it's not deserved. To me, comedy is subjective. It spans many things. I mean, I still watch Family Guy for just a little chuckle at something stupid. I still like Family Guy. I still think it's a little bit funny. It's lost a little bit of its luster, but it's still funny from time to time. It's because you are wired differently than me or Anne or anybody else here. But the whole fact that you're just pulling out, oh, well, it just shows how big of an ego you truly have. I'm not saying I have it all together because I don't have. I pushed my ego away a very long time ago. But I at least feel like, you know, I don't have to act like I'm. I don't have to act like I'm the. I don't have to act like I'm the shit because even though I may play it up like I actually did, like actually I'm the shit. I'm not the shit. I'm just a guy who likes to make jokes and likes to entertain people. That's who I am. You on the other hand just like to whine, moan, and groan. And you there? Hello? Hello? Skype's doing it again. Hold on, folks. This is the thing about Skype, folks. Hold up. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I gotta get Ann back into the call. See, this is why I wonder how. And she's back, folks.
I am so sorry about that. I was trying to cool down and my computer began to act up. But if I had to throw my 2 cents in, okay, Mr. Enter wants to be as big as these guys. I understand he has a full right to dream big. However, I don't think he understands what comedy is when it comes to the biggest stars with comedy. If he had any clue what Robin Williams had to go through in order to provide his comedy routine, or hell, other comedy routine people,
and let me talk to you.
he know,
And let me talk to you.
honey,
Let me just say something about George Carlin for a minute.
that the reason why they provided comedy is not for some shallow fucking reason like money or shit. It's because of severe fucking depression. You think all this shit is for good times and laughter and all? It's not because they take their stuff too seriously.
It's because they want to make people.
Oh my god.
It's because they want
you
to.
Motherfucker. I think you're a fucking insult when you take this shit like.
Honey, I got this. Because they want to entertain folks, Mr. Enter. You always act like you have something to prove. Let me tell you something about George Carlin since you brought him up. He's the kind of person who pushed the envelope when it came to comedy frequently. The kind of comedy that you're against. Every time you talk about Family Guy, a little bit of George Carlin's act is kind of in Family Guy, because without him pushing the envelope for comedy, I don't think Family Guy would exist the way it does. You could say because the Simpsons exist, but
I think the important thing here is that why are you taking cartoons too seriously? If you think that it is important to take your job so seriously that you forget to look around you and value the other things that are important to your life, that make your life relevant, then you are forgetting yourself in the process that makes a job worthwhile to begin with.
And all we're saying is really lighten up, man. Jesus.
This is why people give you these criticisms. This is why people aren't liking you. Because if you're going to throw this out there, that people who do these jobs do it because they want to take things too seriously, and that's why they got to be so great, all the more power to you, but you do know these people have a life, right?
Yeah. And they did it for money and for entertaining people. Because entertaining people is what they wanted to do. Making people laugh is what they wanted to do.
Okay, here's something you state.
And I do take,
you
to be honest, I do take offense to that. Because entertaining people is what I do. I don't take.
Okay.
I take. You may say, "Oh, I take things too seriously." Well, I do the exact opposite because I know that if I'm not having fun with something I'm trying to do or trying to get across, what's the point of doing it?
Okay, honey, here's another paragraph.
Sorry, honey, go for it. That whole line right there pissed me off and just really shows how this motherfucker doesn't know the world. the actual fucking world.
No, he doesn't. And he's only going to make it worse. He says you can't take criticism. I love this statement. Even if we're not talking about me, you can't take criticism is what we call a Kafka trap. A Kafka trap is something that you can't fight without, well, proving the criticism, right? Seriously, go up to anyone and say they can't take criticism. Whether they'll either not try to fight back, thus proving the statement right, or they'll try to fight it, proving that they can't take that criticism, proving that they can't take criticism. Whether it's true or not, it's just weak and you're going to need to do something better than that. Aren't you kind of proving your own point?
Like
Seriously,
you're letting all these people,
you're proving your own point.
and you're letting all these people, and by writing all this, you're letting all these people know that what you do gets to you, Mister Answer.
Let's put it. Okay, honey, put it into perspective. How this is proving his point.
Mm-hmm. But
Okay.
let me say something, Mister Answer. Like, here's another thing about me. Last year I let a
Prove
lot
the
of people,
point.
what a lot of people say, get to me. You know, through the Sonic stuff I was dealing with, the scrap between I and Soul and myself, and even the stuff with Mr. Sega and his band of merry butt fucking trolls. But this year I'm not trying to let anything get to me. And the thing is, by like doing all of this, you're letting everybody fucking know that you're upset. And by doing that, that just makes people want to get at you more.
It's basically a doomed if you do or doomed if you don't.
Well, actually, I'd say damned if you do and
Yep.
damned if you don't.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Basically, Mr. Enter, we are giving you genuine criticism. By stating this entire paragraph, you are basically stating that no matter even if we give you criticism, you won't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, like
And it's not even worth giving you it or even stating it to you.
I mean, some of the biggest reviewers nowadays can't even take criticism. Anime. Sorry.
You are basically saying with this paragraph, you can't take criticism.
Yeah, dude. I can take criticism because it helps me grow. But some of you, when it comes to you guys taking criticism, you take it as this big offense. How dare you? And you're kind of doing that now. It's like the embodiment of this paragraph we're seeing.
We try to, okay, let me again try to let it sink in. You can't take criticism. I love this statement, even if we're not talking about me. So, again, I'm trying to again go over one more time just to make sure I'm clear on this. He states in the second paragraph of this, maybe I can't take criticism. I don't really know because I don't exactly want to listen to those videos that focus on calling me an autistic spurt or even worse. He proves our point.
Some people don't even call you autistic.
Oh my god.
I mean, only a few of them did.
So,
but not all of them.
It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, okay, he says, should I dignify them? Here's me dignifying them. Fuck off.
No. It's not about dignifying them. Hell, actually try to defend yourself a little bit. instead of just going, we gotta dignify them with response, which sounds very, very, very condescending, by the way. What's wrong with half of you guys? The people that I deal with, what is wrong with you guys? Why is your ego this huge when honestly it shouldn't even be this huge? It just feels like you're talking down to people, but you won't try to defend yourself. So that's the real reason you're in the hole that you are. Well, one of the reasons you're in the hole that you are.
Okay, okay. You want to know what's worse? He persons it up by saying, also hope you find good fortune with the community that you're in, the commentary community, or maybe the people who can take criticism community. How, seriously, my ending to that sentence, Mr. Enter, is that, or maybe we'll find good company with people who can handle criticism.
Because you and the
They,
rest, some of the other people in the cartoon community just can't. Y'all motherfuckers are just like, "Arr!" Me, some people, I don't care if you love me or hate me, but remember, when you comment on my video and you're just spewing hate, I must have pissed you off or made you like me that much to actually leave me a comment. I made you feel something now, did I?
Then there's this statement he says, just make sure that you're absolutely perfect forever and ever and never make any mistakes ever. Because the second that you do, every single one of your peers is going to race to commentate on you. At this point, I'm considering being the first and true. I do tend to lump these people in with the trolls,
But
but
it's a
it's a
step
step up
from
from the
the
asshole
asshole drama
drama whore.
whores.
Oh my god,
So,
you're a
so mother, so Mr. Fucker.
honey, stop. He's just expecting that
I
reaction.
know, I know.
You know,
But
every one of
but
them is
listen,
shit, and
but
I've
listen,
been hearing
but listen to
for
me,
three
Mr.
years
Enter.
and
I give you
the
a
nice.
but Mr. Enter, I give you a benefit of the doubt. But honestly, the people who actually try to talk about you and actually legitimately want you to do better, are they drama whores just because they want you to do better and understand them a little bit more? Or are you just mad that people keep calling you names and you just don't want to defend yourself because you're an actual pussy? No, 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 no. I think you are an actual pussy because you can't try to defend yourself when it really matters.
Talk about being a troll. He actually wants us to react like this.
Yeah, yeah, but to me, the way I'm reacting is because this motherfucker doesn't even know real people, doesn't know people, and just thinks that we're all just out to get him. Sound familiar, hun?
Well, I love the fact he goes into conspiracy territory in the next paragraph with trolls aren't the real reason government, corporation, yada, yada,
Yada
yada.
yada yada yada. Yes, yes, we know that.
Seriously, he goes into conspiracy theory territory here. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'm legit.
um,
Digby the goat. That dude. He's doing a stream right now saying that you've gone insane, and I'm pretty much on that boat, man. This is some Alex Jones shit. The guy that
I
says,
feel bad that Mr. Enter's uh, friend got doxxed, but I'm starting to think this guy's got a few loose ends if he's starting to think this
I
way.
think it's just all the people making videos and doing this stuff. He's just finally cracking. And,
Okay,
and
here's
got
where we should. Here's another thing. He says your Indiegogo was a disaster. Yup, I started an Indiegogo project that didn't make its goal. It's not like I hit 4 times my budget. I kept my backers in the dark, made an insulting trailer, neglected to give anyone backer rewards, and then delivered a mediocre project that looked worse than the concept. Yep, okay.
Are you trying to are you trying to sing Butch, Mighty Number 9, or any of the other stuff?
Well, he honest about it.
Yeah, but
You're miserable because your crowdfunding campaign failed. No, not really. A little bit annoyed that some dipshit gets satisfaction from dancing on the ashes, but just a little bit. Like, seriously, how long is this, honey?
it
Wow, he really goes far.
yeah, he does.
And I've got to head to bed here soon, honey. I've got work
Uh,
tomorrow, honey.
all right. Let's just read the let's
Okay. Okay, let me find.
let's just read.
Oh, here we are near the end. Here we are near the end. Let's go there.
Oh,
But
where?
seriously, people like throwing Lord of the Flies at me like it's a documentary. It's kind of humorous. Number one, it's a piece of fiction. There's no guarantee. If you want me to accept your criticism, you need to show me that you're actually understanding what I'm going for. This is something that I try to do in my reviews. Or maybe you should actually try to approach people either way with an open mind.
Instead of just closing yourself off.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how people are, Mr. Ender. Everyone's always going to have different views and approach you with different ways.
Yeah.
But as long as you're open minded, you're going to find criticisms or, better yet, good critiques in many different avenues.
Hmm.
Some that'll honestly change your worldview and help you out in ways you didn't imagine. And
Honey,
that's honestly more worthwhile than what you've been getting. This is probably why you've been stifled in your area so far. Seriously, if you think that you're only going to get good criticisms from people who are on the same level as you, then that is why you honestly, now don't get me wrong, you can't grow, but I think you need to explore new avenues and open your mind to new possibilities.
honey, this is Mr. Enter we talking about. This man has just proved everything everybody has ever said about him, and that is sad and funny. And if it wasn't so pathetic, I would laugh. And you know what that's a reference to, ladies and
And
gentlemen.
people having new, opening up their hearts to new ways. And you know that about me, honey.
Yeah,
Even if
I know, but
I
I was just doing. I just did
actually
that as a
say things
reference.
now about this guy,
I know, hun, but I just did that last part. It's so pathetic. I would laugh. Oh, I don't care. I'll
he
laugh anyway.
says
That's a
about Butch's campaign. He says 350 is asking way too much for one episode of an okay, okay. You're talking about professional when you yourself
you yourself,
are an
sir.
amateur.
You yourself, sir, are well. I know that animation takes a lot, but I've seen people work on animation and have done things for less with Source Filmmaker, or even people.
Unfortunately, I'll agree with Bugsy. Uh, Mr. Enter, you're an amateur. You are talking about a professional. I think a professional would know how much it costs to basically run a cartoon.
Yeah, and seriously, man, I've seen people
I'm not
work.
saying, well,
I've
I think I am kind of
and I've
saying
seen
it.
people.
Yes.
And I've seen people work on animation on a shoestring budget and still pump out
Hell,
good
even I
material.
tried to draw animation.
I did 3D
To do that.
animation in many different things, even in Source Filmmaker, which I still work on from time to time. And it is still the
3D
most.
player. I managed to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, it sucks, but it still works.
Yeah, getting the right rig and moving the fingers sometimes can be a little bit of a hassle, depending on what you have as a mouse. But that's that's neither here nor there. But
But you get
what
what,
we're what we're trying to
I
say is
think the main
animation is fucking hard. Okay, dude.
you should end this, honey, because my ending points are you should be open to the criticism, regardless where they come from. Yes, some of them are shit, but some of them you might wind up finding a golden nugget if you catch my drift. And speaking from experience, I found a golden nugget with him.
Hmm.
Now, Bugsy, you end this.
Now,
I've got to have bed. I've got work in the morning, honey.
okay,
I'll
okay,
keep doing
okay,
this.
my darling. I have to finish. I have to finish this the Bugsy way.
Please.
Listen, Mister Enter. I feel like yes, people hate you a little too much to the point where they'll actually stop what they're doing just to make a video about you. But now that I read this and pick your brain a little bit, I feel like you sort of, in a way, deserve a little bit of that hate that you get because you come off as very pretentious. You come off as very pretentious, assholish, and you don't want to listen to anybody who actually has legitimate criticism for you, and just lump them in with drama whores and shit. Although the commentary community may be this and that, and trust me, I don't like them either. Some of them are actually
I'd
pretty.
rather you read the rest of the journal yourself, honey,
I
because
did.
he does go on to talk about kids ruling the world, among
Tr-
other things,
tr-
and a journal called Lord of the Flies.
Trust me, I know. But I'm just talking in general because as you've been talking, I've just been kind of super fast reading the journal.
Okay, I
So
love you.
so listen, everybody. Accept criticism. Don't don't be like Mr. Enter. Each you know do entertain people because you want to do it. Don't do it for any ulterior motives or you have something to prove. If you got something you want to share with people, do it. Don't be this pretentious whippet right over here. And I call you a pretentious whippet, Mr. Enter, because you're you got a lot of things to learn, my friend. And personally, you really do about the world, about life, about your life. Eh, I think I'm about done, sir. Because unlike a lot of the other YouTubers, I like to just cut things off right here. And I hope me and Ann have given you a little bit to think about. But you probably ain't gonna care because you probably think we're a bunch of drama whores or whatever you think. Because again, I'm just tired of dealing with people who think that like every other person that talks about them is like low on the list of priorities when you should be listening to people like us instead of the people who really do want to piss you off. But hey, what am I? Just a YouTuber with three 300 subscribers. I was almost close to having 1,000 subscribers, but then YouTube fucked me up. So what do I know? What do I know about comedy? What do I know about humor? What do I know about making anything? Good night, Mr. Enter. I'm gonna go make myself a burrito. And think about the good parts of my life instead of just focusing on every little thing that makes me angry. Yeah, that's a way to get yourself an early grave. But hey, I'm done. This chaotic man is going to go eat himself a burrito. See you guys later. And Chaotic Nation, remember, I value you, I appreciate you, and I love you, mother. I love every last one of you motherfuckers to pieces. Good night. Good night, everybody. Good night, and I shall see you all very, very soon. And had to go to, and really does have to go to work, guys. So, uh, I had to wrap it up. So, my darling Anne was doing this. And, we're the kind of couple that will literally sit down for like half an hour. We will literally sit down for half an hour to talk to this motherfucker, and he probably won't even hear it. But hey, I'm just a YouTuber. She's just she's and is the most awesomest person I could ever truly have in my life. Regardless, personally, Mr. Enter, you need to think more about your own life rather than bitch and moan about the stuff you can't fix or control. And stop being a condescending douchebag to people. Because you ain't the first one that has done that. There's been so many other people. But I think I'm done here, Mr. Enter. I think I'm done. Peace. Get in the burrito.